All right, the next exercise in the spinal hygiene program is called side bends or lateral bending. It's going to be a side-to-side movement. Set your feet the same way, feet hip-width apart, toes pointed straight ahead, and you're basically just going to lean side to side as far as you can to your greatest distance each way. I'm going to modify this a little bit, tweak it just a little bit to make it more advantageous for you. But what you want to do, remember, greatest range of motion is the most important thing in this. Getting strong through the greatest range of motion, not flexible through an even greater range of motion than you are strong. That's a recipe for injury and disaster, really. So it's just going to look like this. Side as far as you can, side as far as you can. Your feet stay pivoted. You don't want to come up off your foot to launch yourself more side to side. Now, one thing I'm going to show, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to tell it first and then turn around because you can't hear me. To make sure you stay kind of open when you rotate and not closed as you fall forward, you're going to take your hand, and whatever side you're leaning to, you're going to take that hand and touch down as far on the opposite leg as you can. Now, I know you're not really seeing it right now, but I'll show it to you from the back side. It's going to look like this. Watch. Touch. 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 And you're always going as far as you can. Again, if you've got a condition or you're not as strong, your fitness level's down here, you have some congenital anomaly, something that's limiting you, and this is your motion, then that's your motion. But it's still lateral bending at the spine, and it will improve. Your body will not move anywhere it's not prepared to. So prepare it, okay? Lateral bending as far as you can, taking the hand and touching down on the opposite leg. What you want to try to do is shoot for a goal. So each time you start, see where you're at on your leg, and then touch a little further. By the end of that 5 minutes, and there's that magic number again, you want to be able to touch a little further at the end of the 5 minutes that you did at the beginning. And then next time you do the exercise, tomorrow or the day after, you want to start at that new distance down your leg. 5 minutes, working to get at least 200. So it's like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, up to about 200 in 5 minutes is a good strength endurance kind of a parameter. And these are muscles that are always working throughout the day. So to expect this of them is pretty simple. We expect to be upright throughout most of the part of the day. We expect to take 10,000 steps on our little step meter. Well, your back muscles and all these muscles along your rib cage and your pelvis are holding you upright. They're never shutting off. So we have to train them. But a lot of the times we sit them down into a chair and they then think that they're in an environment where maybe they don't have to work as much, or because your brain's going to adapt to whatever environment you're in. If the environment is in a chair, it's going to adapt very well into a chair. That's why you look at people's backsides and it looks like the outline of a chair. Are we surprised? Okay, so side bends or lateral bending, minimum 200 in 5 minutes. Work up to that, but at least work 5 minutes. Opposite hand touching down on the opposite leg.